Hi everyone, welcome to the AI channel. If you ever wonder how to start with the Agentic Workflow, then this video is for you. We are going to build a pool mains Devin with a simple, straightforward jobs. We wanted to read the changelog from the release page, get the relevant information from the changelog and the PRs, then review the repository code to check if the dependency needs to be updated and any code change is necessary. And finally, pass that information to the product managers to create backlog stories, which include library names, version, complexity, priority, and other information. This process is quite complex to automate. That's why we use Agentic Workflow to simplify it. As you might already know, large language models are equipped with reasoning capability and tools for task execution. An Agentic Workflow leverages this capability to blend and execute complex tasks using the tools we give them. The usual starting point is to start with workflow automation. We make it smarter by adding LLM to some workflow steps as we are shifting to the right direction. This is ideal when we have domain experts to work with. Some projects start from scratch might lack resources or concrete plan from the beginning. In such cases, we can start with autonomous agents to explore workflow steps, then optimize by creating a more descriptive workflow to reduce hallucination, cost, and improve performance. We will start with two agents, product manager and developer, using the hierarchical agents process from CrewAI. The product managers orchestrate tasks and delegates to the developer. The developer will use two tools, one to get the changelog from the URL and another to read the repository files to determine if dependency needs updating. The product managers then will prioritize backlog stories based on the developer's output. If you haven't used CrewAI before, here are a few concepts you need to know. The agent, think of it as the reusable user profile. The agent needs to perform tasks. We need to provide description for the LLM to do so. If the task involves interacting with the environment, we equip agent with tool, which is a function that takes input arguments, do something, and return the output. CrewAI is the orchestration framework that allows agents to talk to each other by passing the message. Here is how we do it within Python. Creating the agent involves declaring the role, goal, and backstory. These properties are CrewAI's way of reusing prompt segment. Don't need to overthink about that. We do the same thing with the product manager. For the agent to perform work, they also need to access to the tools. We equip the developer agent with two tools. The first one is to get the latest changelog using Playwright. The second one is to get the repository information, including dependencies and the source code. With this one, we then can declare the task for the agent to perform. The first task we want the developer agent to perform is to do the changelog analysis. By visiting the changelog URL, we want it to return the summary with the library names, versions, and implementation note by analyzing the PR code. With that summary, then we want it to do the analysis on the working repository to check if the dependency needs to be upgraded, and if it needs to be upgraded, any code change needs to be done. We wanted to return another summary with extra information including implementation instruction and the complexity. Then for the product managers, we wanted to prioritize the task based on the changelog review from the developer. The final result will include priority point, which then we can use it to prioritize the actual backlog in Jira, for example. Finally, we just need to stitch those components together using CrewAI orchestration. We need to declare agent and task because we are using hierarchical process. We also need to declare manager agent and to perform the actual workflow. We just need to give it a changelog URL and the working there. Here is the final output from running the agent. First thing to do is to sanity check the output. The format seems to be correct. We have library, version, implementation note, instruction, priority and complexity for our backlog stories. Now check the library and the version to see if it matches the latest one. So we have legend and structure version 0.1.0, which is correct. Now check the instruction. It asks us to add legend and structure to dependencies in project.toml. We don't want to do it with dependency upgrade, so we might need to improve the prompt to fix this problem. Second thing we want to check is the cost and runtime. So the cost is quite high, $1.77 for running only 3 tasks. It also takes 3 minutes to run 3 tasks. The question is why? See why we look at workflow visualization. With this, we want to check the communication flow from one agent to another first. So the product managers plan the task and coordinate with the developer agent to perform tasks. One thing we notice is the task and tool use repeat twice here, which is not ideal. It might be the miscommunication between the agent. Now let's check the one of the prompt to see what we can learn from CrewAI. The first part of the prompt is where we have declare the agent profile. We have the role and the backstory. This part is extracted from the tools decorator, and it also adding other tool use based on the architectures or if you have agent delegation. This part of the prompt comes from CrewAI. It is called React Agent Technique, which the agent does reflection and act upon that. We will explore that later. This part of the prompt is the task that we declare for the agent to perform. And finally, the agent will take the output from other agent to perform a task. And finally, it returns what we needed is the backlog stories. Instead of having product manager agent and developer agents pass message back and forth with bidirectional communication, we want the communication flow to be explicit and unidirectional. We also want the agent to be specialized to reduce hallucination. In this case, we split developer agent to lead developer agent, who is specialized in analyzing changelog, then pass its findings to senior developer agent to analyze the source code and decide if the dependency needs to be updated. And if the dependency needs to be updated, any source code need to be changed. Finally, we pass the finding to product manager agent to write backlog stories. Switching from hierarchical process to sequential process is really simple. You just need to change the process to sequential or remove the process key from Crew class initialization. As shown in the graph, we also want to add another agent called the developer agent and then pass the agent to changelog analysis task to decouple the task. That's it for the code change. Now let's run to see if we improve the situation. With that change, now we run it to see if it works better. First thing it do is the developer agent go to the changelog and get the summary from the changelog. Also visit the PR link to get the relevant code change from the PR. With that information, it now summarizes the changelog. And it passed that information to senior developer agent to do dependency analysis and source code analysis. The senior developer agent will draft backlog stories with the complexity. Once it's done, it passes that to the product manager agent to finalize and prioritize the backlog stories. Now let's do sanity check again. First, format. It does have title, description, implementation step, implementation instruction, priority, and complexity, which is correct. Check if there is LangChain version 0.2.1 is latest from the release. Looks correct as well. Now check if we check the instruction. So pump version to 0.2.11 from PyProject.toml. So we have current version 0.1.11. We need to update that, which is correct. So check file to be updated. Streaming.py. See if we have that streaming.py file. Yes, we do. Ensure callback method usage in conversational summary buffer memory. In contextual, we don't have that class import here, so it might be hallucinated over here. So it does have a few hallucinations which we need to improve further. So now checking the cost and the speed. So the cost now is 27 cents, which is significantly lower compared to $1.77 that we had before. It only ran in 1 minute and 20 seconds compared to 3 minutes as before, which is pretty good. See if the communication flow is better now, if it has unidirectional communication. So we have the lead developer start the changelog analysis task with 2 LLM code and pass the finding to the senior software developer to do the repository analysis. So it read the dependency first, then read the source code and do summary on that, and finally pass to product managers to produce product backlog. The thing we notice here is there's 2 LLM code instead of 1. It is because CrewAI use React agent with provide a talk reflection and blend for the next action, and then use the result as the observation, and sometimes it repeat that action again to correct that. We don't really need that in some scenario, so we will explore how to optimize it further in the next video. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into optimizing agentic workflow with LangGraph. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content on AI workflows automation. See you in the next video.